You're listening to WAYO 104.3 FM. That's WAYO LP Rochester, wayofm.org. My name is Max, station manager here at WAYO. So happy to be bringing you live at WAYO today. Another installment in our live in-studio performance series featuring local and touring bands passing through the area. Today, we have a very special group in studio today, Big Nobody, featuring some members of our station. In fact, you just were listening to Exciting Sounds, the show before this, featuring JT, who today is playing bass in Big Nobody. So welcome, Big Nobody, to WAYO, live at WAYO.
Thanks for having us, Max.
So happy to have you guys with us today. So you want to kick it off with a song, and then we'll talk a bit later?
Yeah, absolutely. The song's called Death Fears. It's off of our album Ripped from the Dream that came out last year, around February. You can listen to that wherever you want to.
Even if I waste my life.
Big Nobody in studio here for Live at WAYO. So great to have you guys. That was just their song Death Fears, getting us started here on Live at WAYO today. Oh yeah, let's hear that.
Oh, I turned it down a little bit so as to not drown you out. You want me to turn it up a little bit?
I like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll turn it up a little touch.
Yeah. What are we? What is this that we're hearing, Jake? For those that aren't in the know.
Oh man, here, let me turn my guitar off. I like to just do these little interstitial things during our live show, mostly so that I don't have to talk, or that I don't have to prepare things to talk about. And I always inevitably end up saying something because I guess you can't just really say nothing. Today's proof of that. Here I am talking over it.
Yeah.
But it's this little thing. I have this little digitone. That's what it's called. Yeah, it's an electron digitone. It's like a little synthesizer guy that I make these silly little loops on.
They sound great.
So that's what this is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun, and it'll loop. I'm gonna turn it off.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's the end. It'll just keep going, and it'll drive me nuts because I'm like, here it comes. Here comes the end again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair. All right. Well, just as a reminder for those who are just tuning in, you are hearing Big Nobody here in studio, but you can also watch Big Nobody here live in studio. If you go to wayofm.org, click the watch button, you'll be able to see them live in studio. And after the show, we will be uploading it all to YouTube as well for your enjoyment at a later date. So just to keep that in mind, I guess. And again, if you have any questions for the band, you can text them in 585-203-WAYO. That's 585-203-9296. So why don't we go around and introduce the band? I guess, I don't know, Jake, do you want to start?
Sure, I'll start. My name is Jake. I sing and play guitar for this band, and I make those little those little synthy things that you find, and I write the words and all that nonsense. Yeah.
I'm Kyle. I play guitar. I also sing sometimes. I typically yell at everyone to stay in tune, and
it's a big Kyle moment.
Tone police.
The tone police.
Yeah, I'm that guy. So main role.
I'm JT. I play bass. If you were listening earlier, you just heard an hour of me playing other songs, and now I'm on the other side of the glass.
Cool.
I'm Connor, and I play drums.
That's it, Connor?
Boy, does he drum.
I play drums.
I play drums.
You play drums. That's all.
I want to say also, if you're tuning into the live feed, it's a very interesting opportunity to watch this band move less than we've ever moved before, because we can stand still and focus on. Oh, I may just be speaking for myself, but these two guys are like the gentle giants on stage who do not do that much moving. They've got these big wide stances and they just hold it down. And then Connor and I move a little bit more. So if you're tuned into this, it's the most stationary Big Nobody set that has ever happened, I think, if that's useful information.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for people who maybe can't handle all that movement, right? They need to watch it in one place.
Well, they get motion sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motion sick listeners, tune in, become watchers.
Oh, yeah. Become watchers. As Dr. Dre once said, the Watcher. You guys know that? The Chronic 2001, best album of all time. Can't play it here. Why would you? We're playing instead.
Oh, I was trying to hit an air horn there, but I kind of was slow. Hey, there it is. Classic. Oh, boy. Oh, you got some there, too. Cool. All right. And I guess, I don't know. I kind of want to cover, because you guys, each of you, I feel like, have a significant, I don't know, history of, chronically playing in bands, right? What are some of those bands and sort of that history that you all have played in? Is that okay? Can we talk about that? Is that uncomfortable?
No, it's great.
Okay.
It's really good. I just want to say I love that this band gives that feeling off, because I feel like I've known Connor and JT for a decade plus, and we've been, it's rare that you find people that I guess you are on the same page with and in love with as friends in this world. It's really hard to do. And another hard thing to do is to bring someone else into that dynamic. And Kyle, I DM'd Kyle on Instagram to maybe unbeknownst to him, but join up with a group of men that love each other in a major way. I think I feel that way anyway. And it's been really good. But I guess JT and I used to play in a band called Total Yuppies together, and that was sort of the progenitor for this. And then there are other bands that I want to let the other two guys talk about as well.
Well, we also played in a band together before that too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we also played in a band called Skirts together. Yeah. And I used to do folk music, and JT put it out on his label Dad Stash back in the day, and we lock that in the vault.
I still have tapes somewhere.
It's still on the internet. It's not like locked in the vault. We were talking about it one time, and our friend Sarah said, like, I thought that was a secret. And I was like, it's a secret in that no one talks about it, no one ever talked about it, and I stopped talking about it. But it's still like available. But don't look it up. Or yeah. Can you do calls to inaction?
Right.
Oh, yeah. And then I mean Connor has to talk about Comfy.
Oh, I play in a band called Comfy, which is how I met Jake and JT initially. Was I played, so JT had a label, Dad Stash Records, and they were doing. It was your first show, right? Your first
the first show we ever booked.
It's November 2013, and one of the bands dropped out, and they kind of needed to fill a slot, and we had a mutual friend. Shout out Jeanette Wall, wherever you are. Absolutely not listening. Got better things to do than that. No, but and JT hit Jeanette up, and Jeanette was like, "You should ask Comfy to play." And we were a very new band at the time. We had one demo online, and JT listened to it and was like, good enough for me, and asked us to play. And
That's the most JT statement, I think.
Yeah,
Whatever.
It was a single song, not even like a demo EP. It was
like 30 seconds. Or
it was a really
minute.
short little tune, and I had never played Rochester before, so so we kind of didn't know what to expect. We showed up, and it was not just like a show. There were 5 or 6 bands playing, and it was a night that would live. I think infamy is bad, so it was the opposite of infamy. Fammy. It was a night that would live in fammy. But no, I met JT that night and a bunch of other amazing bands. I mean, I can name the bands I remember that played, and then I'm going to forget one, and that's going to be like a slight to them, But no, Skirts played, the aforementioned Skirts. I know Bethlehem Steel played. We had Routine Involvements, Cottage Jefferson. I don't know which one.
And House Majority.
House
I think
Majority
played that too.
Yeah. And anyways, point being, it was my first time at the Bug Jar, first time in the Rochester music scene, and I would say the rest is history. We just kind of all became lifelong friends, and so I still play in the band Comfy to this very day. But and we're all still friends, and nothing has changed. It's 11 years later almost. It's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just have to say that it's very cool to have you, Connor, here sort of in the Rochester music scene, playing in Big Nobody, because I remember going to basement shows and seeing Comfy, playing in the basement and just having so much fun and just dancing and sweating like crazy. So it's awesome to to still have you, or even more so in the Rochester music scene. So, yeah.
Thanks.
Listeners, sorry.
I was just gonna say it's great to be here, and if you do the math, it's not hard to figure out why I moved here, because it's because of those shows. It was we were not playing shows that good in other places, and when it was where am I gonna live? It was what about the place where I play the best shows I've ever played in my life? So, but go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. When we speak of people who go far back, Max is in that category 100%. You've been around as well. You've been.
I guess so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've known each other for 10 plus years now too. Because
Yeah.
we're talking about 2014.
Yeah,
which was 10 years ago.
That's true.
Before we get too far away from it, I do have to say, I said play the best shows, but I really mean met the best people.
Oh,
come on. I'm
the whole package, right?
The people
Not
were
just
fine.
the
The shows
people.
were great. The people were whatever. But no, I'm just kidding. It was absolutely the people, and the people inform the shows, and yeah, it's a cycle.
Yeah.
It was really exciting when I got a phone call in the middle of the day I got a text from you, Connor, and you were like, "Do you have a minute for a phone call?" And I was just I was like, "What's going on? I wonder what that is all about." And you were like, "Should I move to Rochester? What do you think about Rochester?" And I was like, "I live here. I love it. I would love for all of my best friends to live within walking distance of me." It was a thrilling moment. It was very, very exciting. I was giddy about it.
Yeah,
It was
it
cool.
was a vibe check.
Oh, it was a
that
vibe
would
check.
that would change the course of our lives. I also did. I mean, I'm wearing full body 2 shirt right now. Dylan, we got to mention. I almost said R.I.P. He's still
Yeah.
alive, but he played drums in Total Yuppies. Doing
Dylan,
great things now. I don't know.
DV. Yeah.
Let's name all of our friends.
Right. Exactly.
Kyle hasn't even named what bands he played.
Oh
with.
yes,
true, we gotta
Kyle,
get to
please.
I'm just patiently waiting. It's fine.
He is a patient boy.
No. I don't know. I used to be in a band called Barbarossa back before I did this whole thing. We played here one time. It was fun. And then, I don't know, that kind of passed along, and Jake, I was going through a big, like, Boston phase, I think, and, like, I don't know, for
The
some
band
reason.
or the location?
No,
or
the band.
Okay.
It's always the band.
It's always the band.
Okay.
And I remember, like, me and Jake talking about it at one point, and then, like, I don't know, kind of, I feel like soon after that he DM'd me. He was like, you want to be in this band that does a bunch of cool guitar harmonies and stuff like that? And I was like, there's no cooler thing in music than dual guitar harmonies. So, I was like, I was super down.
Guitar bands out there.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do something that looks kind of hard or sounds interesting but like is super easy,
It's actually not that hard.
can't recommend it enough. You just kind of have to sit down and be like, okay, so the notes are like, and then you play like, and then you figure, and then that's it.
Wow.
And then it just keeps
You
going.
nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, but Boston rules. That band. I just want to say
band.
full stop. Yeah, Boston is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the city, JT.
Yeah. And
That's what I-
He's staying off
yeah.
the mic. Talk about the Red Sox.
The Red Sox.
We don't have to do
Oh.
that. It's going to cause
The
problems.
mighty Bostons.
Oh, the mighty Bostons.
I don't know.
Did we hear JT's? I guess JT, did you talk already about past bands, or I mean, I guess did we cover?
Everybody- Yeah, they
We
gave my
covered most of
resume.
them? Okay.
Talk about men who love each other.
Is that your new band?
No.
No, that's just
who love
that's
each
this
other.
band.
That's this band. Cool.
No, I will say that this has become one of my main friend groups, whereas it wouldn't before I joined the band. So I appreciate that a lot. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty hard to make friends when you're getting over 30. So
Yeah.
True.
You could just post on the internet and say, I don't have anything to do. when I'm
yeah,
30."
Anybody
seems to be the
else?
way
that
to do
works
it.
great. Yeah,
Anybody
yeah.
else looking for friends?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, for listeners that are just tuning in, we have Big Nobody here in the studio. We've been having a lot of fun, but they've only played one song thus far, and I hear that they have some more on deck.
We do.
Okay. Shall we hear what shall this one be? Or do you want to talk about it after? I don't know.
We'll talk about. I'll just say that the name of this song is Paid. The first 3 songs that we're playing today are off of our album Ripped from the Dream, which we released last year in February. It's on all of the streamers. It's on our Bandcamp. I think we're not SEO optimized. That's like ATM machine, but we're not. So if you search like Big Nobody, you won't find it. But if you search like Big Nobody Band Rochester Ripped from the Dream Rock, you might find something like that, or maybe not. It might be better now. But at any rate, that album is available. This song is called Paid, and it's about living in your hometown, which for me, frankly, is this place, is Rochester. Sorry, what's that?
Oh, I was gonna ask if you wanted to give the tempo, because
Oh, yeah.
I can do it. I'll just do it.
Yeah, that's it. It's okay, I'm getting what I paid for, and it never stops. Life in bloom. I feel alright, I'm living what I stayed for. It's small and disconnected. It's colder since my friends left. To do something dangerous, to find that something more than this. I came for something more than feeling through the darkness, choked up and easily amused. Every day we rush to meet the same chores, feel the weight of your job, light the room. Half an hour bleeds into a day or more. The changing of the seasons. Do you still have a reason
Big Nobody with Paid here on live at WAYO. Sounded great, guys.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
That song is really hard for me to sing. I'm finding a lot of our songs actually are pretty hard for me to sing. I got to get better, I think, at feeling good about singing. This is not the self-deprecation hour. I love this band. I think we're sounding real good. Yeah. No, we don't.
You can also write the songs differently if you want.
That's a great point. I got to write a different song.
You have
Okay.
full control.
That's a great point. God.
Hard to sing in what way? Like physically hard to sing? Like
A little bit. I think the way
you hit Piper noticed you hit that note
I gotta say,
100%.
my fiance is in the studio, which just feels great. It's really wonderful. Pipey JA in the studio. Yeah, no, I am not, I guess, like a classically trained anything at all, but especially singer. And I was telling all the folks here at the studio, I'm like jacked up on pre-workout right now, so my heart is beating 1,000,000 miles a minute.
Piper said you'd mention that.
My little hummingbird voice is like,
You gotta watch out. You can get pregnant from pre-workout.
Oh.
It's my favorite joke that Connor does. Connor does a lot of good jokes. There's no one, I will say there's no one on this earth that makes me laugh as hard as Connor. I'm serious.
The one-liners.
Hold on. I heard someone say "hold on" from someone.
Yeah, Piper said hold on.
Oh.
Do you have something
you're
something
in
more to
trouble.
say on that?
Piper is so
I
funny.
just know I'm funny.
Oh, we gave her a mic. Oh, that rocks.
That was a mistake.
Hey. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah. Anyway, I shouldn't have said anything about it being hard to sing. It's of problems to have. It's not a bad one. And like JT said, I could just do it different, and I don't. It's just there's a lot of yelling, and I don't know. It's tough to sound sweet and angry at the same time. You know what I mean? Because I have two
I
wolves.
think it comes
in me.
across. I think it comes across from this chair. Yeah, I
that's
don't know.
great.
It's a very dynamic song. Like you said, there is screaming, but there's also really sweet parts. So,
I gotta yell. I found my yelling voice.
Yeah.
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 Can I offer some input?
Yes.
Which is not like a feedback. Like I personally, as someone who is also not a trained singer but sings, I realize I don't treat singing like an instrument.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like, oh, if I never practiced the guitar, and then was like, why can't I play the guitar good? You know, but like in my, I don't know. Maybe you're.
That's what I do. I don't
maybe
know.
you're at your. Maybe you're at your apartment, like practicing singing scales. But
Me, etc.
me, do,
Do,
the
re.
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Those guys.
But I feel like a lot of rock, like indie rock people, don't think about singing like an instrument to practice. I don't want to say a lot. Me, that's my.
I'm right
I
there
don't
with
know.
you.
I don't know.
Do you remember when we met 10 years ago, the word slacker was being thrown around to define every rock band?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that's kind of the embodiment. I think there's like some residual like, oh yeah, we're like a lo-fi slacker garage band. When those signifiers don't describe anything about this band, but they're just like in the memory, like in the RAM. So I'm like, oh yeah, slacker. That means I don't have to practice. You know, I'm not singing in the shower. I'm getting clean in there.
I just want to shout out all the great talk singers and non classically trained singers of indie rock stardom, you know, who give us license to do what we do.
Who do we got? Stephen Malcolm.
Stephen Malcolm. You got Lou Reed,
Lou
for
Reed.
example. Yeah.
Andrew Savage from Parquet Courts.
Sure.
I one time sent a demo to JT, and he read me to filth. I sent him a demo for a song that's on the album Ripped from the Dream, came out February 2023, wherever you get your music, and I sent him the demo, and he was like, yeah, it's great if you just drop the Parquet Courts thing. And I was like, oh, he got me, because I was literally like, da-da-da-da. And JT's like, I know you. You don't sing or sound like that. Like, it was a good piece of feedback. And I welcome
You're
it.
welcome.
Thank you.
JT perpetually advocating for Jake to do something different than whatever he's doing currently.
True.
He's encouraging me to be
Progressing,
virtuous.
you know,
Well,
to progress.
JT knows me, and when he sees that I'm doing something dumb, he's like, what's up with that? I always think that JT would talk me off of the ledge. That's who I would call.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
I don't know what I'd say, but yeah.
No, you wouldn't have to say anything. You just play that Third Eye Blind song.
Oh, yes.
True.
And with that, you guys are going to play that next, right?
Yes. Yes, this, you know, I'm trying to draw a connection. Wait.
You joke, but Kyle probably knows how to play jumper.
Can you do it?
No, definitely not.
Oh, shoot. Do we remember this?
I mean, I love Third Eye Blind. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know. We played a Goo Goo Dolls song at Lux last year, and everyone
Oh.
lost their mind.
I can imagine. Yeah.
It was
yeah.
really fun. That I was telling Piper in the car the other day, the two most unlikely influences for this like loud, scuzzy-ish, slacker lo-fi indie rock band are like the Gin Blossoms and Goo Goo Dolls.
Everclear.
And Everclear. those are the unobvious influences that came to us as we were continuing to like work on music. Because the obvious ones to me are like Weezer, Jeff Rosenstock, Dinosaur Jr., and then in my head canon, Teenage Fan Club. But that's like early Teenage Fan Club. But that's who wants to hear about that? No one. You want to hear the song "No" off of
everybody
"Ripped from the
does. Come
Dream."
We've got Big Nobody live at WAYO here. So happy to have them. Feel free to text in your questions, 585-203-WAYO. Visit wayofm.org. Click the watch button to see them in studio live. What do we got next? Let's hear it.
The song is called "No." At a landslide, I don't need to know. Stand up, make sure you get there first. Sit down, it's yours. I will even try. Prophecy, smiling like there's no one standing next to you. Honestly, wow, the mother suffering, primed to bleed. I don't see what that has to do with me.
Big Nobody with No here on Live at WAYO. Another killer track
Another one.
Another one.
Another one. We're talking a lot about the last 10 years or so. Do you guys remember when DJ Khaled got lost on a jet ski? That was right around the Another One Major Key Alert era of Snapchatting.
I think I blocked it out.
That's good. Does anyone remember that?
I do.
You do.
How could you ever forget that?
Connor doesn't remember. You don't remember when DJ Khaled got lost at night on a jet ski in Florida? It was so funny. He was live Snapchatting it.
He posted through the whole thing.
Yeah, it was so funny.
I remember when he put his credit card on Snapchat.
When we talk about like idiots, and I feel like I'm punching up at DJ Khaled. That guy is so funny. He was like, Major Key Alert, I'm drinking apple Ciroc on a jet ski. Oh no, I'm lost. Major Key Alert, never give up. And it's just like dark water in Florida. And I was like, this dude's gonna get eaten by a shark.
Bonfire!
Oh!
Nailed
Who
it.
did? Was that Jarret or Riczi?
The mystery.
Oh, it was Max.
We'll leave the mystery, a mystery.
Why do I think all of my fave dudes are out to get me?
We're having fun.
I love that. Wait, okay, before we go on, what else you got on that soundboard there?
Oh,
Max?
man. I don't know. Let's see. There's quite a few.
We love a good sample.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You could not be playing this for a better group of people, except for I think this is another thing where JT and Connor and I have like a deep and historic love for like reggae music and ska music, and Kyle has to put up with it a lot of the time.
I'm just like, look, I'm white. Like, it's not my thing. Like, you guys do whatever. I don't know.
It's not my thing. It's your guys'
It's
thing.
your guys' thing.
My God. Yes.
I only listen to rock music. Sorry, that's it.
Kyle listens to Casey Musgraves, which was an early friendship thing that I found
yeah,
out.
Very true.
One of the best albums ever created is Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves. That's an opinion that, at the very least, me and Kyle share. I don't know if these two are into it as much. You ever heard it?
I'm not.
Oh, that's fine.
Not for me.
Not for them. That's okay.
Hey, it's different strokes, different folks, right? That's the whole WAYO thing in general. Right?
Utterly true.
Lots of different shows.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's
Anyways.
true. Hey, speaking of, is it? This is just a curiosity thing. Is it technically a crime to play another radio station's legal ID on your radio station if that other radio station doesn't exist?
I guess if they don't. Oh yeah, you should do the thing.
I have a silly little
intro.
Yeah, here. Let me just hit it real quick.
Yeah.
Because
Hit the intro.
I paid $30 for this. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it's worth it.
You're now tuned in to Big Nobody FM.
Really dumb.
Big Nobody worldwide. The ringing in my ears is driving me crazy. Where am I right now? Enjoy the show.
So that guy was really cool, but I asked him.
We should have kicked it on. We should have started it with that.
That's how I start the shows, but I thought it would be misleading to be like, "What's Big Nobody FM?" That's
No, we're looking to confuse people here. Come on, let's be honest.
the Baffling Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy would not swear in the. I gave him like a very filthy thing to say. It wasn't like nasty or filthy or anything. He just like stripped all of the F-bombs out of it. And yeah, so we can play it here today.
That works out well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for those just tuning in, once again, we have Big Nobody here in the studio, and I can confirm that it's not just a Big Nobody. It's in the studio. It's a supremely talented band, and I'm so happy to have them with us here today.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah. You guys want to do another?
Yeah, totally. This song is called Peptide. We're getting into like new songs that you can't hear unless you stick around for us to complete and finish this album, which we've been recording since December, or working on, I guess, since December. But this song is called Peptide, and it's about my 2-second pitch for it to the boys was it's a song about skincare and sobriety. So it's called Peptide, and let's do it. Just this, my time. Mango and fish, choke on the spliffs of blood. I can't believe you still love me sometimes. I can't believe you still love me. Peptide. feeling this time alright. Moments of bliss followed by this uptight. Drunk in a dream, tangled supreme. Water the face, bloody the veins, Peptide. Baby, we could try for something clearer, a bigger picture. I'll drain all the blood from my face and feel it for the last time. Hit the peptide. Something clearer, a bigger picture. I'll drain all the blood from my face and feel it for the last time. Peptide. Feel through everything. Feel the broken arm try to hold the weight. Then you throw it all away. You're better off not fixing things. Feel it through everything. Feel the broken arm try to hold the weight. Then you throw it all away. You're better off not fixing things. I can't go back. I feel it in my bones and brain. I can't go back till the last time with the peptide. Woo!
Big Nobody with Peptide here on Live at WAYO. Sounded great, guys. I love. I was gonna say this on the last song, No, but it's also, I don't know. It's also present on this one. But the vocal harmonies are like, I don't know. They're very simple, but they're super powerful and just like very engaging. I don't know. It's one of my favorite parts of your songs, especially live. That energy comes across. So.
Thank you, Max.
Yeah.
Kyle, thanks for singing with me.
No problem.
Yeah, it's good that it sounds good. I gotta say, I love that.
I'm glad it does.
That's all there is to it, man. That's great. I'm so happy about that.
I made a big case to the station brass to bring you guys in here, and it's a good thing you guys are sounding good.
Well, I heard you got my list of potential compliments as well, which I appreciate.
Station approved.
Yeah, I got that in the fax machine earlier. Yeah.
No, Kyle is a killer. I want to talking about, not literally, but Kyle
is a murderer.
Somebody come get the man. Kyle is, I think, so. Kyle's a big reason we sound good. I think on the record that we're working on, Kyle's a huge reason that we sound good. Outside of our producer and engineer Dave out at 1809 Studios, who I've been working with really heavily. We all worked with him in December to track these principal tracks, and we're mixing it right now. And he's one of my best friends on earth. And Dave, shout out to Dave, I love you. But shout out to Kyle as well for knowing so much more about the actual ways to make things sound good beyond just like writing songs that I think are good. Like that's really, Kyle knows about tone. He has talked to me endlessly about how to get our guitars to like balance with each other. And he also like insisted on everyone changing their strings before we went to the studio, which is like a little thing that made such a big difference. I did it with my acoustic guitar too, and everything sounds really, really good. It's important. It's important to have someone there who's like, this is worth doing. It's all the minutia of like, if you want to be a cool band guy, it's like, whatever, get a guitar, write a song, pretty good, got your boys with you. But guys like, no, you got to change the strings. You got to make sure that everything is EQ'd correctly. Everything's EQ'd correctly.
That's exactly what I sound like.
Yeah. Where does that come from, Kyle? Like, is that just from your past, like, experience in different bands, or did you go to school for it, or like just a hobby of yours?
No,
like,
I don't know. I was definitely like one of the dreaded gear guys, like when I was in my early 20s, you know what I mean? Like I was just really in there. I like would trade pedals, and I never had an amp for more than like a month or two. And then eventually I kind of got tired of it, and I was just like, I'm just going to stick with like kind of what I have. And I've just been using, like, I have this like PV Classic 30 back here. I've just been, I've taken this on tour with me. Everyone says it sounds great. It is a cheap like $400 amp, and I love it. And so like I've kind of retired from being a gear guy, but some of the residual stuff, you know.
Well, now you're using your powers for good instead of
yes,
evil.
yeah, exactly.
Instead of, didn't you start the Rochester Gear Exchange Facebook group?
Yes, yeah, I did.
I've known you. Well, that's the thing. I've known Kyle through like different back channels for like as long as I've known these guys. Like I saw Barbarossa live a bunch. I don't know. And I also like I look at the Rochester Gear Exchange page. I'm never ever looking to buy gear ever again in my life. But I see you post like run by I was like, is that Kyle? It is.
That's me.
I gotta hop in and second the PV Classic 30, best guitar amp in the world. I've had one of my own for 11 years, as long as I've known Jake and JT, you know, and it rocks. It sounds great.
It's good, dude.
If you want the sauce, get PV, for it is the boss.
You can't say,
And that's not a
no
call to
action.
that's a slogan. It's not something I'm
slogan.
telling anyone to do.
A logogram.
I didn't write the slogan. It was those PV perverts back in the day.
PV pervert.
I gotta say, I have a lot of PV gear. Don't love the name.
When are they dropping an amp called the PV pervert?
Probably soon. That's the end of the set. Probably soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on the board, so it's
Well,
pretty cool.
thanks for listening. everyone.
Well, I was going to make a joke about how we have this banner here, and we didn't want to, like, it's like a modesty guard for our enormous amps back here. We really have two enormous, big boys back here. No, it's not. We have two
Big
modestly
boys.
sized amplifiers that fit in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, for listeners that are just tuning in and wondering what the hell we're talking about, we have Big Nobody.
Sorry.
Thank you. Big Nobody here in studio performing live on Live at WAYO. If you're just tuning in, you can watch them in studio at wayofm.org. Click the watch button. If you missed most of the set and you want to hear or see more, we'll be posting it to wayofm.org later in the week in its entirety, so you can watch it there. I guess we've got 15 minutes left in the hour, just under 15 minutes. Up on the Roof is up next with Kyle. He'll be in, and I think he's doing 2 hours. No, not that Kyle, a different Kyle.
Yeah.
He's
Not
doing it.
Unless you want to, come on, kick the other Kyle out.
know.
He's
War
on the
Kyle.
way.
I'll fight him.
Right?
I don't care.
Yeah. JT will back you up, right?
I'm going home.
Okay, thanks.
So yeah, keep it tuned for Up on the Roof, and keep it tuned for Big Nobody. Your next song will be?
This next song is called Run. That's it. It's called Run.
Yeah.
We have a new intro for it that we're really happy about, and we're going to play it right now. Thanks for tuning in. If you're listening, thanks a lot. And thank you, Max. And thank you, boys. We're going to take it away.
Thank you.
We used to talk about how big the world might feel when we got old. We don't talk like that anymore. Laughing at the last gasp of it all, tugging at the corners just to feel small again. Wrote it down so I could feel it. There's still time, but you're still bleeding. Run while you can, the way you would if you were dying. Run while they fall apart to break my lease to move into the sound. I'm keeping pacts with myself now instead of the normal numbing out. Expect too much, but I think that's good. It means I really need it. Run while you can, the way you would if you were dying. Run while you can for your life. Run while you can, the way you would if you were dying. Run while you can. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. I held on to the picture way too long. Filled my head full for a song. I'm being honest, I'm playing it down so much. I'm being honest, so can't you be honest for once? Woo!
Run from Big Nobody here on Live at WAYO.
Run.
Sounding great.
Thank you. Run. There's a little story about Run that I will tell quickly, I suppose.
Yeah.
Kyle and I were sort of trying to figure out like what the next like thing we were gonna do was, if that makes any sort of sense, because there's only so much you can do in your comfort zone with a guitar, and a lot of what came out last year on Rip from the Dream, I will call comfort zoney, because I love big, loud, fuzzy bands like Level Up and Dinosaur Jr. and Weezer and all these like thick slab of fuzz guitar bands with like heart on your sleeve lyrics. And that's like easy mode for me. That's like what I gravitate towards naturally. And there will be much of that on this next album as well. But Kyle and I were just talking about bands that we like that were kind of out of our wheelhouse. And for this song specifically, I was on a walk and I was listening to Always, which is like one of my favorite bands of all time. I love Always. And they were a big influence on Total Yuppies back in the day. More so that band, I think, than this one. But they put out an album, I want to say last year. What Blue Rev was last year, maybe, or maybe 2022 even. I don't remember. Max, you're an Always fan, right?
Yeah, to some degree. I saw them, I think they played with Alex G at Art Park.
We were there.
Oh, you guys were there
Pipey
too?
and I were there.
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome. I ran into a whole bunch of people there. Who else? Carmen Lewis from Croy.
Yes. Carmen is the best.
And the Bad Bloomers.
The Bad Bloomers are the best. Yes, I saw the Bad Bloomers
Yep.
there as well.
Yep, they're going to be playing actually June 30th here, I think, on Live at WAYO.
When we speak of thick slabs of guitar,
Yes.
we speak of Bad Bloom, of course, as well. To
Yes.
me, at least. But we went to that show, and
2022. October
2022 Blue
yeah.
Rev, one of the best albums in recent memory. Am I getting the name of it right as well?
Yeah.
Encyclopedia. Not really, very dumb man. But I remember I was on a walk, and Kyle and I were texting about this new song, and we both sent each other roughly at the same time the same Always song, and we were like, "How about something like this?"
Oh, wow.
And so there's a lot of stuff in there that to me sounds Always adjacent that Kyle does, and Kyle always like manages to do something crazy on the guitar where I will be doing like just my chords, and then Kyle will be like, what if I made the guitar sound totally different? And it's very exciting. It's an exciting prospect for someone who has no ability to do that. I don't know how to do that really, not all that much anyway. So claps for Kyle.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Woo.
I gotta say, from the drum perspective, as soon as you brought the song "Run" to the table, in my mind was like, oh, I'll play it like it's a Dinosaur Jr. song.
Totally.
Like, which is funny because you're like, that's my comfort zone. But then in this one, we're doing something different. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to pretend that I'm.
The comfort zone is this small, and then there's like this out of it, and I'm like, hey, expand the circle a little bit, and then you zoom out, and it's like that movie Ants, where where it's all we don't have to talk about Ants.
The Woody Allen.
We don't need to talk about. We don't need to.
animated
God,
movie.
we can't. We don't need to
Crazy
talk about that.
cast. You got Stallone in there, Walken in there.
Oh my God, I can't do it. No.
No, don't do it.
No.
I know a lot about ants.
Foo Fighters.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming into the studio today. It has been just a blast. So glad you guys could make it, and we'll have to do it again sometime. What you guys have something coming out maybe later this year? You were saying, Jake?
Yes. First of all, thank you, Max. Thank you, Riczi and Jarret. Thank you, of course, thank you to this band for doing this last minute on a Sunday. We all got full lives, and this is a puzzle piece of those things. So thank you all very much for being here and doing this. And thank you for listening. We have an album coming out sometime this year that we're working on finishing right now. It's going very well. I think we're all very proud of it. We've been putting a lot of time in listening to it and making sure that it sounds like us, and it's going very well. I will also, I'm going to try to be a little bit more communicative about like what's going on with the band on the internet. So if you're looking to connect with us, or if you would like to hear more, you can go to our Instagram page is primarily where I send transmissions. It's at bignobody.mp3. And I decided yesterday while I was sitting in the Destiny USA Mall in Syracuse in a massage chair that wasn't turned on that I was going to start like doing small little blog posts. So if there's anything that if you're interested in that, I still might do it. It's a very new idea, but it might be nice to connect in that way if you'd like to see what's going on with the fellas. Spoiler alert, we all have a lot of hobbies and a lot of other things going on in our lives, but this band is I think a very nice thing that ties us together outside of also just like hanging out most weekends. It's nice. And so I appreciate all of them. And I appreciate you for listening, and thank you everybody. And I didn't even run out the clock. That's great. We have one more song left.
Right?
I was just going to say that you're doing the blog posts on the Instagram, and I vetoed the idea of a Substack because I said the only Substack I'm interested in is the kind that Shaggy and Scooby are making.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming through. Appreciate it. We're, like Jake said, we're running up. Kyle with, different Kyle Brown with Up on the Roof is up next at 3 o'clock. Keep it tuned. If you are a musical artist or band in the greater Rochester area and are interested in playing live at WAYO, you can email info@wayofm.org, and today's performance will be on the WAYO radio YouTube channel and wayofm.org. Live at WAYO page. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. Thanks to Riczi for engineering audio, Jarret on the video today. And let's hear the last track here. Play us out.
Thanks, everyone. This is called Snake. Is there room here on the floor for drawing circles? Is your mind made up? Do you like it? Take the time to count the numbered colors in your stomach. Look at all this pain, I had to find it. I found a snake in the garden. You couldn't see it through the rust and the cobwebs. Count the fault lines in the concrete while they crack their knuckles. Let them suck you in and try to drag you underneath the blood that you offer. They took your seat and now they're drinking your water. I found a snake in the garden. You couldn't see it through the rust and the cobwebs. I found a snake in the garden. I pulled my teeth out, took a swing, and kept walking. Rust and the cobwebs. I found a snake in the garden. I pulled my teeth out, took a swing, and kept walking.
Cool.